Hi everyone, my name is Dhruba Joshi and I have been working as a senior SAS developer position for a couple of years. In my time, I have collected a few interview questions and I would like to share them with you. If you have questions of your own, please email me. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 25. What are the commonly used SQL statements in SAS Proc SQL? This question is asking about what are the commonly used statements in Proc SQL. Proc SQL is used to process SQL, that means structured query language in SAS. It is used to get back result from SQL query, create table and variables. Most commonly used statements to fetch data from a table are as follows. Proc SQL select. If you have to select all column, then just provide star. If you have to select certain number of column, then provide name of the column separated by comma. From where you are trying to fetch data, that means you have to provide table name, and following four are optional. Where it filters rows before grouping, optional. Group by, it groups data with certain column, optional. Having, it filters rows after grouping, optional. And order by, it is used to sort the data, it is optional. Semicolon, quit and semicolon. This completes SQL code. That means it starts from proc SQL semicolon and ends with quit semicolon. A sample code is given here. Proc SQL semicolon select name comma age comma weight from SAS help.class where age greater than 13 semicolon quit semicolon. That means this program is asking about select only three variables name, age and weight from SAS help.class dataset where age is greater than 13. That means you have to select all records where age is greater than 13. When we run this set of code, we will obtain result exactly shown on the right side. This is the output result. It has three variables name, age and weight where age is greater than 13. If we run same code with a SAS window, code is proc SQL select name comma age comma weight from SAS help.class where age greater than 13 and quit. When we run this code, we will get result as shown on this window where it has three variables name, age and weight and age is greater than 13. That's all about question number 25. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer question number 26. How can you control variables and observation number in Proc SQL? This question is asking about how can you get required number of variables and required number of observation in Proc SQL. Variables can be controlled by select statement. That means by providing name of the required variable with comma in select statement, we can control variables. An observation number is controlled by out obvious option with proc SQL statement. A sample code is given here. Proc SQL feedback out obvious equals to 5 semicolon. That means feedback option is provided here that indicates write the information which variables are selecting in log. It will write log information. Out obvious equals to 5. That means print only first 5 records. Select name, comma, age, comma, weight from SAS help.class, semicolon, quit, semicolon. In case of select statement, we have provided here only 3 variables. That means we are trying to get only 3 variables, name, age and weight, and we are trying to print only first 5 records. When we run this code, we will obtain result and log information as shown on the right side of the window. Log information indicates that your first node says statement transforms to select name, age, weight from SAS_help.class. That means it is selecting only 3 variables, name, age and weight. And next one is statement terminated early due to out obvious 5 option. That means this dataset has 19 records, but we have provided out obvious equals to 5. That means this statement or SQL statement is terminated after 5 observation, because we have set option here out obvious equals to 5. That's why it will print only 5 records, which is shown on this result window. In this result, it has only 3 variables, name, age and weight, and it has only 5 records. That means it has printed only first 5 records. If we run this code with the SAS window, this is the same code we have provided here. Proc SQL feedback out obvious equals to 5, semicolon. Select name, comma, age, comma, weight from SAS_help.class, semicolon, quit, semicolon. When we run this code, we will get same result. That means it has only 3 variables, name, age and weight, and it has 5 records. These 5 records are first 5 observations. That's all about question number 26. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 27. How can we select unique or distinct rows, or that means remove duplicate rows from a data set? This question is asking about how can you get unique records from a data set by using Proc SQL. To get distinct or unique records, we use distinct OR with select statement. To explain this question, we have 2 sets of code. First set of code, it creates data, and second set of code, it selects distinct records only. In case of first set of code, data set name is employee. It has 4 variables, EID, name, age and salary, and 8 observation. When we run first set of code, then we will get result as shown on the right side first table, where it has 4 variables and 8 observation. In case of second set of code, we use here Proc SQL. Proc SQL, semicolon, select distinct EID, comma, name, comma, age, comma, salary from employee table, that means previously created table, quit, semicolon. When we run second set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side second table. It has 4 variables, EID, name, age, salary, but it has only 7 observations. One observation is removed here. When we check from above table, observation number 4 and 5 are repeated. Exactly same row is repeated here. That's why one of the row is removed from this second code. That's why we get only 7 rows. If we run same code with a SAS window, let me run first set of the code which creates dataset. Now it has created dataset, 4 variable and 8 observation. When we run second set of code, it selects distinct rows only. That means it has 4 variable and 7 observation only. It has removed one duplicate observation. That's all about question number 27. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 28. How can you display Proc SQL result into SAS dataset table? This question is asking about how can you convert Proc SQL result into SAS dataset. Using create table statement before select statement in Proc SQL, result can be displayed into SAS dataset. To explain this question, we have two set of code. First set of code, it creates data, and second set of code, it displays result into SAS dataset. From first set of code, dataset name is employee. It has 4 variables and 6 observation. When we run first set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side first table. It has 4 variable, EID, name, age, salary, and 6 record. In case of second set of code, we use Proc SQL. The code is Proc SQL semicolon create table emp underscore data as, that means it creates or converts result into a SAS dataset table whose name is emp underscore data. Select star, that means select all column present in this employee table. That means it will select all variable. From employee, that means we are using previously created data, and we are applying where condition where age less than 50 semicolon quit. This code is asking here select all variable from employee table where age is less than 50 and convert this result in terms of SAS dataset. Table name is emp underscore data. When we run this second set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side second table where it has 4 variable EID, name, age, salary, and 4 records. If we observe age column here where age is less than 50, because condition is applied here, age must be less than 50. That's why we are getting only 4 records. When we run same set of code with a SAS window, this is the first set of code, we will get exactly same result as we discussed previously. Let me run first set of code. It gives a SAS table which has 4 variable and 6 record. Variables are EID, name, age, salary. When we run second set of code, that means in case of second set of code, it is asking about select all variable from employee table where age is less than 50 and convert this result into SAS dataset where table name is emp underscore data. Let me run this code. Yes, we exactly get the same result. That means result has converted into SAS dataset table where table name is emp underscore data. It has 4 variable and 4 rows only. In this way, we can convert Proc SQL result into SAS dataset by using create table statement before select statement. That's all about question number 28. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 29. How can you rename and create new variable using Proc SQL in SAS? This question is asking about how can you rename and create a new variable by using Proc SQL. Variable, that means the column, can be renamed by using as between old column name and renamed column name. Similarly, a new column can be created by assigning new column name or expression in select statement. This question can be explained by using following two set of code. First set of code, it creates data, and second set of code, it creates data with rename variable and newly created variable. In case of first set of code, data set name is employee. It has 4 variables: EID, name, age, salary, and it has 6 records. When we run first set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side of the window. First table represents result, where it has 4 variables and 6 records. In case of second set of code, we use Proc SQL. Proc SQL semicolon create table emp underscore data as, that means we are trying to create table. Select e underscore id as emp underscore id, that means we are trying to rename e underscore id to emp underscore id, comma, age, comma, salary, comma, and we are trying to create new variable which is salary times 0.1, that means 10% of salary represents bonus. This is a new variable. From existing table employee, and where age less than 50, another condition is applied here, semicolon, quit, semicolon. When we run second set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side second table, where it has 4 variable emp id, that is renamed variable, which is renamed from e underscore id. Age and salary, they are existing variable, and another variable newly created variable is bonus, which is 10% of salary, and it has only 4 records because another condition is applied where age less than 50. When we observe age here, age is less than 50. That's why we observe only 4 rows. When we run same set of code with a SAS window, let me run first set of code which creates data set. This is the output from the first set of code. It has 4 variables: EID, name, age, salary, and it has 6 records. When we run second set of code, let me run second set of code. This is the output from second set of code. It has 4 variables: EMP ID, age, salary, and bonus. Here EMP ID is a renamed variable and bonus is newly created variable. In this way, we can rename and create new variable in SAS by using Proc SQL. That's all about question number 29. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 30. How do you count number of employee per department using Proc SQL? This question is asking about how do you get employee count by department using Proc SQL. Employee count by department can be calculated by using count function and group by statement with department. To explain this question, we have two sets of code. First set of code that creates data. Second set of code that counts number of employees per department. From first set of code, dataset name new hire, it has three variables: employee ID, first name, department, and it has 5 rows. When we run first set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side of the window. First table represents result. It has 3 variables and 5 rows. From second set of code, we use Proc SQL, semicolon, create table department underscore count as, that means we are creating table, its name is department underscore count. Select department comma count star as CNT, that means we are selecting department and we are counting number of employees, and it is renamed as CNT. From new underscore hire, we are using previously created data. Group by department, because we have to calculate employee count by department, that's why we use group by department here, semicolon, quit, semicolon. When we run second set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side second table. It has 2 variables and 3 rows. When we observe CNT variable, it shows the number of count, that means employee count by department. Electrical department count is 1, IT department 2, and mechanical department 2. When we run same set of code with a SAS window, we will get exactly same result. Let me run first set of code. This window represents the result of first set of code, where it has 3 variables and 5 rows. When we run second set of code, we will get result as shown on this window. It has 2 variables and 3 rows, where CNT variable represents number of employee count by department. From here it is clear: electrical number of employee 1, from IT department employee 2, from mechanical department employee 2. In this way we can calculate number of employee count by department using Proc SQL. That's all about question number 30. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 31. How do you create a report showing all names starting with uppercase A followed by any 4 characters? This question is asking about how do you collect name list starting with uppercase A followed by any 4 characters. We can use like operator to select pattern, where like operator can be used as follow, where variable name like inside quote underscore or variable name like inside quote %sign. Single underscore represents any single character, that means 1 character. Single percentage represents any number of characters, that means it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 10, any number of characters. To explain this question, we have a sample code where title is name starting with A, that means uppercase A, followed by any 4 characters. Proc SQL semicolon select star from SAS help.class, that means we are going to select all variable from class dataset, where name like inside quote uppercase A followed by 4 underscore, that means 1, 2, 3 and 4, semicolon, quit, semicolon. When we run first set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side of the table. This first table represents result where name has started with uppercase A and it is followed by 4 characters. We have an extra question here. Here we are going to collect all name list whose second letter is lowercase a and it is followed by any number of characters. Proc SQL select star from SAS help.class. That means we are going to select all variable from class dataset where name like inside quote single underscore followed by a followed by percentage sign semicolon quit semicolon. That means we are going to collect all name list whose second letter is lowercase a and it is followed by any number of characters. When we run second set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side second table where it has 6 rows and second letter of each name is lowercase a and it is followed by any number of characters. That means somewhere it has followed by 2 characters, somewhere 3 and somewhere 5. That means it can followed by any number of characters. When we run same set of code with a SAS window, we will get exactly same result. Let me run first set of code. It displays only one record where name has started with uppercase A and it is followed by 4 characters. When I run second set of code, then it will display exactly same result as we explained previously. That means it has 6 rows and second letter of each name is lowercase a and it is followed by any number of characters. Somewhere 2 characters, somewhere 3 and somewhere 5. In this way we can use like operator to select pattern. That's all about question number 31. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer question number 32. What do you mean by subquery or inner query in Proc SQL? This question is asking about definition of subquery or inner query and its use in Proc SQL. Query inside a main query is called subquery. It is also known as inner query or nested query. If the final result depends upon the result of other table, then we can use subquery. Subquery executes only one time. To explain this question, we have 3 set of code. First 2 set of code create dataset. Where first code it create dataset name employee, where it has 5 variable and 6 records. When we run first set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side. First table represents result. It has 5 variable and 6 record. Variable name, ID, name, salary, department ID and manager ID. Similarly, from second set of code, dataset name is department. It has 2 variable, department ID and name. Name means department name and it has 5 records. When we run second set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side second table, which has 2 variable and 5 records. Here from employee and department table, only one variable is common, that is department ID. In case of third set of code, where we use subquery, here is a question. Using employee and department table, let's extract all fields from employee table where employees work for IT department. That means we are going to extract all records from employee table where employees work for IT department. But department name is not included in employee table. Department name has included in department table. That's why we have to use department table first. After then, result of this department table is used to employee table to extract the data. That's why we use subquery. A simple query is given here in which subquery is used. Proc SQL semicolon create table employee underscore department as select star from employee. That means we are selecting all field from employee table where department ID equal parenthesis select department ID from department where name equals to IT parenthesis close semicolon quit semicolon. Here select department ID from department where name equals to IT. This part of the code is called subquery or inner query or nested query. Because this query is used inside a main query and also it executes first. After then, a result of this query is used to execute this outer query. That's why this part of the code is called inner query. When we run whole set of the code, then first subquery executes, it results some value. That means it results department ID which is related to IT department. Its value is 20 because IT department is related to department ID 20. Now we have here value department ID equals to 20. Then this value is used to execute for outer query. That means outer query executes. It selects all field from employee table where department ID equals to 20. When it completes, then we will get the result as shown on the right side. That means it will display 5 variables and only 3 records. Only 3 records which has department ID equals to 20. That's the final result. In this way, we can use subquery in Proc SQL. That's all about question number 32. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 32. What do you mean by subquery or inner query in Proc SQL? This question is asking about definition for subquery or inner query and its use in Proc SQL. Query inside a main query is called subquery. It is also known as inner query or nested query. If the final result depends upon the result of other table, then we can use subquery. Subquery executes only one time. To explain this question, we have 3 set of code. First, 2 set of code create dataset. Here first set create dataset name employee. It has 5 variable and 6 record. When we run first set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side of the table. First table represents its result. It has 5 variable and 6 records, where variable names are ID, name, salary, department ID, manager ID. Similarly, in case of second set of code, data set name is department. It has two variables and 5 records. When we run second set of code, we will get result as shown on the right side of the table. Second table represents result where it has two variables and 5 records. In between employee and department table, there is only one variable is common. That variable name is department ID. We have third set of code where inner query or subquery is used. We have a question. Using employee and department table, let's extract all fields from employee table where employees work for IT department. Here we are going to identify all records from employee table where employees work for IT department. But in case of employee table, we don't have department name variable. That's why we have to use department table first. After then, we can use the result from department table to employee table to extract the required rows. A sample code is given here where Proc SQL is used. Proc SQL semicolon create table employee underscore department as select star from employee, that means select all field from employee table where department ID equal parenthesis select department ID from department table where name equals to IT parenthesis close semicolon quit semicolon. This part of the code, that means select department ID from department where name equals to IT. This query is called subquery, or it is also called inner query or nested query, because this query is used inside outer query, and also it is used to get the result from different table, department table, where this result is used for outer query. That's why this query is called inner query or subquery. When we run this set of code, that means proc SQL to quit, first of all, inner query executes first. It gives certain value, and that value is used for outer query, and it completes. In this case, when we run this query, whole query, that means subquery executes first. It gives result. Result is 20 because IT department is related to department ID equals to 20. We have value here, department ID is 20. Now this value is used to execute outer query. That means outer query executes according to this value. Select all field from employee table where department ID equals to 20, and we will get the result which is shown on the right side. It has 5 variables and only 3 records. All records, they have department ID number 20. If we run same set of code with a SAS window, we will get exactly same result. Let me run first 2 set of code which create data set. That means first code it creates employee table, second it creates department table. Let me run and let's check. This is the employee table here. where it has 5 variable and 6 record. And similarly, another table is department. It has 2 variable and 5 record. Let me run third set of code, which has used subquery. When we run third set of code, we will get result as shown on this window. It has 5 variable and only 3 records. And every record, it has department ID 20. In this way, we can use subquery in Proc SQL. That's all about question number 32. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 33. What are the different types of join used in Proc SQL? This question is asking about what are the name of different types of join which are used in Proc SQL. Join is used to combine 2 or more than 2 tables horizontally. There are 6 types of commonly used joins. Number 1, self-join. Given table is joined with the same table. Example, self-join is used to identify manager's name of each employee from employee table. Number 2, inner join. This join is used to identify or extract all rows or records which are common to the 2 or more than 2 tables. Number 3, left join. Left join is used to select all the records from the left table and records from the right table which are common with the left table. Number 4, right join. Right join is used to select all the records from the right table and records from the left table which are common with the right table. Number 5, full outer join. Full outer join is used to get all records from the 2 or more than 2 tables. Number 6, cross join. If we need to display all possible combination of information from 2 or more than 2 tables, then cross join is used. In cross join, it returns number of rows equal to the product of rows of the 2 or more than 2 tables. These are commonly used 6 types of the join which are used in Proc SQL. That's all about question number 33. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 34. How do you get manager's name of each employee using employee table? This question is asking about by using employee table data, how can you get manager's name for each employee? Employee table with self-join is used to get manager's name for each employee. That means by using self-join with employee table, we will get manager's name for each employee. Referring question number 32, dataset employee table is used as source table, which is shown as below. It has 5 variables and 6 records. Variables are ID, name, salary, department ID, and manager ID. This table is used to get manager for each employee. A sample code is given here where self-join is used. Proc SQL semicolon select e.id as employee ID, comma, e.name as employee name, comma, m.name as manager name. From employee table, it is renamed as alias name E, uppercase E, comma, same table is used, employee, but with a different alias name M, where e.manager ID equal m.id, semicolon, quit, semicolon. When we run this self-join code, we will get result as shown below. It has 3 variables and 5 observations. 3 variables are employee ID, employee name, manager name, and it has displayed manager name for each employee. When we compare this result with employee table it has 6 records, but output result it has only 5 records because from employee table, 6th observation where ID is 109, manager ID column is blank. That's why we are getting only 5 observations from the self-join. If we run same set of code from SAS window, we will get exactly same result. This first set of code, it creates dataset employee. It has 5 variable and 6 record. And second set of code in which self-join is used. This is the result from self-join. It has only 3 variable, employee ID, employee name, manager name, and 5 records. And it has displayed manager name for each employee. In this way, by using self-join, we can get manager's name for each employee from employee table. That's all about question number 34. Thank you. SAS interview question and answer. Question number 35. How do you get all employee information which exists in both employee and department table? This question is asking if you have 2 tables, one is employee, another one department, how do you get common information which exists in both employee and department table? Common information which exists in both tables can be obtained by using inner join with applying common variable on condition. That means by using that common variable, we identify common information between these 2 tables. Taking reference from question number 32, 2 dataset employee and department are used as a source table, where employee table it has 5 variable and 6 observation, and department table it has 2 variable and 5 observation. Only one variable is common, that is department ID. Department ID is in both table, employee and department. By using department ID variable, we extract common information between these 2 tables. A sample code is given, Proc SQL semicolon, select e.star where e is alias name for employee table, e.star that represents select all variable from employee table, comma, d.name that means d is alias name for department, e.name that represents select name variable from department table and rename as department name. From employee E, inner join department D on e.department ID equal d.department ID, because department ID is common on both table. Semicolon, quit, semicolon. When we run this set of code, we will get result which is shown from the output result table, where it has 6 variable and 5 observation. Among 6 variables, 5 variables are from employee table and 1 variable from department table, and it has only 5 records or 5 observation. When we observe department ID, Department ID displays only common value which exist in both table. That means 20, 23, 25. These three are different value in department ID. These values are exist in both table, employee as well as department. If we run same set of code from SAS window, we will get exactly same result. First two set of code that creates data, employee and department. Let me run first two set of code. This table represents employee and there is another table department. It has two variable and 5 observation. And next, when we run third set of code in which inner join is used, let me run third set of code. We will get result as shown on this window, which is exactly same as we explained before. That means it has 6 variable and 5 observation. In this way, by using inner join with common variable on condition, we can obtain common information between these two tables. That's all about question number 35. Thank you.